got Gina with me.
Good morning.
This week I am taking you grocery shopping at Shoprite in South Plainfield. This is where Gina does most of her shopping, and she's going to take us on a tour today.
Sounds good. Ready?
Let's go.
Let's go. So if you haven't made your way out to the Shoprite in South Plainfield yet, you really should consider taking the trip. The setup of the grocery store is amazing, and there are a lot of really low price compliant items that we are looking for. So when you come in, head through the floral section, and the nutritional section is going to open up to you, aisles 1, 2, and 3. We're going to be exploring that in detail a little bit later. Another tip about going through a grocery store is to stay on the outside edges. That's where they have the fresh meats, fresh produce, and other fresh products that you're going to want to keep in your refrigerator. So we're going to head on into the produce to start. Come on with me. When possible, local organic produce is best. And Shoprite has a really good selection of the organic ones, but which ones do we buy that are organic? Because they are going to be a little bit more expensive. There's actually something called the Dirty Dozen. Those 12 items you want to stay away from completely. According to Dr. Axe this year, 70% of samples tested included pesticides. A strawberry alone contained 22 different pesticides. So I'm going to give you the list of the Dirty Dozen right here. On the other hand, there is something called the Clean 15. And those items you can decide on your own whether you would want to get organic or standard and traditional. And those will be fine. And those are listed for you right here. All right, let's go find some of them.
Wow, Gina. The produce section is actually pretty big.
It's really great.
They also have an amazing variety of the prepared foods. Things that I haven't seen before, like these beet noodles. There is broccoli rice and shredded Brussels sprouts. That would be good for some coleslaw.
That's true. That's a really good point. I know that many of you might like to even do a stir fry. There are amazing, incredible options for your prepared stir-fried vegetables. And also another favorite section of mine is the family size section. Similar to Costco, Shoprite has a lot of large items that are family sized. So you can buy an entire bag of Brussels sprouts and prepare them ahead of time. Broccoli as well, so come and check out the large family size section.
All right, Gina, so tell me a little bit more about our fruit.
Well, Laura, not all fruit is created equal. So there are two areas that you want to watch out for: the deceiving fruit cup and the deceiving fruit juice. So here we have one of our fruit cups, and if we flip it over, read the back of the ingredients, which is always the most important. You see peaches, water, and sugar. We want to avoid a fruit cup that is going to be drenched in syrup or has extra sugar. Go for the natural peaches and cut them up yourself. It's always the safer bet. So we're in our fruit juice section. There are a lot of really good options that might seem like something you want to take a drink of. We've got one of these here that's going to list how many fruits are in the container, but it's a little deceiving. They strip the fiber from the fruit, so you end up mostly drinking only the natural sugars, and that's something that we want to avoid. But Laura actually has a juice that is compliant, and she's going to tell you about it.
All right, guys, so this is called a cold press juice. It has 1 apple, cucumbers, and some veggies in it. And if you notice, it looks a little funky. So it's got all the natural skins in the bottom, and you just gotta shake it up before you drink it. It's like making those shakes and those juices at home, but all ready to go.
If you're in a hurry and you want a really delicious meal, come pick up a rotisserie chicken that's already made for you. Just avoid the fried chicken in this section. But if you also don't want to pull apart the rotisserie chicken yourself, you can go ahead and get the pre-shredded package. That is great for salads. You can also fry it up in a pan with a little bit of olive oil, season it up, and you're ready to go for a great meal.
So we've moved on to our natural food section. Gina, walk me through it.
Alright, so we're in the drink aisle. Summertime is coming up, you guys, and you've got those backyard barbecues. And I want to offer you a couple of those options to have a really refreshing, cool drink. One of my personal favorites is to grab an unsweetened tea. You always want to make sure that it's unsweetened and it doesn't contain any sugar in the ingredients list. The trick is to add your liquid stevia to it and a full cup of ice, and it's really refreshing. Pure Leaf has a really great unsweetened tea, as well as unsweetened honest tea, but you have to make sure that it says unsweetened on the label and that there is no additional sugar in the back in the ingredients as well. Another favorite of mine is the Zevia sodas. So if you're really missing out on your favorite sodas, this is an awesome option. They have a lot of varieties. We have a regular cola, we have a root beer, a cherry cola, a ginger ale, and even a black cherry cola. But something really interesting is that they're clear. They're not colored because they don't contain any artificial sweeteners or additives.
So I'm going to talk about one of my favorite items, peanut butters. They have almond butters and cashew butters, which are good, and also some peanut butter that is good to have. So let's go through them. We've got Justin's brand. Unfortunately, it is not compliant because it has palm oil and added sugar to it. So it's got more than just the almonds. This brand here, Crazy Richard's, is compliant and it comes in almond butter. So it is just made with almonds and no added sugars to it. One of my favorite regular peanut butters are the 100% peanut butter. It has the peanuts chopped up top and you can see the oil. There's no added ingredients, just peanuts. You give it a little stir and you're good to go. So this Shoprite has a huge selection of compliant flours, and I'm going to list them right here. One of my favorites is the Bob's Red Mill All Natural Almond Flour.
Let me introduce you to quinoa. It's a nutrient-rich, dense seed and grain that can be substituted for your white rice. But you can sweeten it with a little bit of applesauce and cinnamon, and you can also make it a savory dish, really flavoring it according to your likes. You're gonna measure it out, cook it up, and it actually expands. So a little bit goes a really long way. You can get it in the plastic container. You see it's tri-colored. There's 3 different kinds. There's white, there's black, and there's red quinoa. Or you can get it in the Bob's Red Mill section as well. Really great thing to keep on your shelf. Something to throw into your meals, very easily cooks up.
Alright, for those who love to bake, the only sugar that we are compliant with is the stevia sugar. So it comes in packets, it comes in a powdered form, and then my favorite to use is it comes in these liquid drops. They are compliant and they have some great flavors to add in coffees and cakes and other baked goods. Some other items to add into our baked goods would be our unsweetened coconut flakes and our Lily's dark chocolate. It is made with stevia sweetener, which we said was good, and it has 55% cocoa, which is what you want to look for in dark chocolate only.
All right, you want to become an intelligent label reader. You need to be careful of only reading the front of the product or the catchy words that are advertising the product. Because while this bread says that it's gluten-free, which we are not allowed gluten or wheat on our plan, you really need to flip it over and read the ingredients. That's where it's going to make all of the difference. So included in this brand, rice starch, which is not compliant, cornstarch, agave syrup, and sugar and honey. All of these items in the ingredients list are not compliant. So be careful. Don't be deceived by what it says on the front of the package. Always flip it over and read the back of the ingredients to tell whether or not the item is compliant. The other thing to remember, if an item contains one ingredient that is not compliant, you cannot have it. One ingredient that is off, the whole item is out. So I just finished up in our nutritional section. I just wanted to show you guys how many incredible products that I picked up from just about 10 minutes walking through that section. I've got pasta, I have some delicious drinks, I have your flours, I've got what Laura talked about, Lily's dark chocolate chips, and rice cakes. Just takes a couple of minutes to go through that section and you're gonna go home with a full cart.
So thanks for coming shopping with me today. And thank you, Gina, for taking me on a tour of Shoprite. I've got some great goodies. Now, if I have any questions, I'm definitely gonna reach out to you, but you guys can also reach out to any of our instructors at the Max.
Awesome. Yeah, it was a pleasure coming here and it was great to be with you guys too. So, happy cooking!